It's the distance. We're going to be doing missions 15, 16, 17 in this video. A request was made for a team in Last Stand. That team was Princess as the leader, and Shane with the wrecker shotgun. No mention was made of who could be the third team member, but I thought Yumiko. I figured I would give her Carl's Deadeye pistol because it looks good, not because it's the greatest weapon. I think this should be a pretty effective team, and I didn't want to make it too easy. Famous last words. Let's get to it. Now, of course, this is the distance, not Last Stand. This is a team that was recommended for that latter game mode, but you know, I usually like to have some kind of a theme when I'm coming up with a team for the distance. I didn't really have many ideas, and I just thought, well, you know what? Somebody asked for that particular team. Let's see them in action. Let's have some fun. It's an excuse to break out Shane, and that's always welcome. Definitely one of the most fun characters in the game. Exploding heads is just... Apologies if there was just a little bit of a jump in the video there. I got a call through. I've got Do Not Disturb on. Calls still get through. It was spam. Now, let's not let that throw us off our game. Does this weapon root? No. Okay. Let's throw a charge attack at the situation. Make sure that we don't come a cropper. The interesting thing about Carl's Deadeye pistol, it doesn't have high power. So it just feels like it's incredibly short-ranged. High power is just such a great trait to have on shooter weapons. You really get used to having it, and then not having it feels like a massive downgrade. But you know, wanted to make it a bit more interesting. Yes, Yumiko, I want you fully charged before we go into the next mission. Yes, we've got a tank bearing down on us. We haven't killed everything on the screen. We don't have to. The purpose there was to kill as much as we had to and then get out, which we did. It's them or us, one way or the other. Someone's going down. Take out all of the raiders. Now, this especially could be a tricky one without a high-powered shooter weapon. When it comes to dealing with human characters in this game, your advantage, your real advantage, is the ability to outwit them. The AI that controls the human characters is simply just not very smart. There's an emphasis on the artificial more than there is on the intelligence part of that word. We're going to get rid of Sean first because he's the hardest one to sort of deal with. What we can do with these melee characters is, as long as we cripple them, they can't get to us. We're going to leave Roger there dealing with that walker. Our objective is to kill the free men as soon as we have got rid of all of these other living, breathing humans. We're going to be able to get out of here. But I'm going to move to the right side of the screen as soon as I possibly can. We've got walkers coming out. We've got a threat counter. It's going to get awfully crowded. You might think, hey, look, do everything in the order that it's specified. I.e., kill the free men, then start running. But you know, you don't have to. You can do it in whatever order. And I think that getting past the bulk of the geography of the mission is a very good idea, just so that you don't wind up getting trapped. It can happen very easily. Now, I want you gone. Yeah, just too close. Let's get out of the way. And we're just simply going to leave Roger to his fate. That's what we're doing. It's not like we are free and clear. We're going to have walkers closing in on us at every turn. But that's fine. We'll just deal with them. But you can see already, I mean, look at how many walkers are on screen. Can you imagine having to deal with those just to get to the exit? Again, this is why we do things in a different order. We get to the exit first. Oof! Those explosive bullets. So it looks like Roger is down. He's getting chewed on. Poor Roger. Still. Help him? We won't. Got to be another turn, maybe two, before he is officially dog food. And we've had plenty of time to get our charge points up. And that's just a good example of really sort of looking at the situation like, well, we've got this objective, but we've also got to escape. It's not one of those ones where as soon as you've done the stated objective, the mission ends. No, you've still got to run to the end. So why not just get that out of the way first? And then do the rest of the stuff that you've got to do. I think that having Princess as a lead makes weapons like shotguns of the like that Shane is using even more effective because you're hitting a lot of targets. Every target that you do hit that's affected by a status effect has a chance of giving you a charge point. And charge points, and I always say this, charge points are absolutely king. What is the number one thing that you're going to need to beat really tough difficulties? You need reliable ways to get charge points. I remember doing a last stand and just trying to use non-named heroes. Now, they didn't have any leadership traits, but they had very good... their traits, their actual normal traits have been massively boosted up because getting the tokens for just a generic class, much easier than getting tokens for a specific named character. So I thought, well, they're very high level, all of their traits are pretty much maxed out. Doesn't matter if we haven't got some fancy leadership traits, we should be able to really get rid of those walkers, and you can't. You need those leadership traits, you really do. They add a lot of combat effectiveness and also fun, basically. Even the less sort of lauded kind of leadership traits, they're probably still better than just using a team full of no-named sort of extras, basically. This is a kill all walkers. This, this wasn't ever really going to be too much of a challenge. Just take targets out one at a time. There's no time limit. You can let them come to you. You don't want to get complacent, but these don't tend to be too challenging. And so far, we've managed to get through this run of the distance without losing anybody. There's still 3 more missions left, though. Let's not get too cocky. Anything can happen. But I've got a good feeling about this. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.